Welcome, welcome. And this is our gentle restorative yoga class, our regular Monday class that we get to share with all of you today. So even if you are not usually in this class, please come join us, even for a few minutes. It'll feel wonderful. This is going to be a floor yoga session that's appropriate for just about every level, from somebody who has never done yoga before to somebody that has. We will start with a restorative posture called a heart bed. My friend Gwen coined that name, so I kind of borrowed that from her. Right, so it's essentially a yoga recliner, if you want to think of it that way. So I have my bolster propped up onto a block and then just a folded blanket in front of that. You might just have a couple of pillows that you could rest back over. So this is going to support our body from the lower back to the head. You might have a couple of folded blankets that you'd like to place on top of each other. And if it's easier to just not do any of that, that is fine too. So you could just lay flat onto your back. So I'm going to give you a moment just to get that together. As you get comfy, close your eyes. And let's take a deep breath in. And just let it go with a big old sigh. And let's take another deep breath in. And just see if you can let another little layer of whatever you don't need right now go. Just let that flow. Feel yourself settling in, body, mind, and heart. Now from here, start to find a little wiggle and stretch through your fingers, through your toes. Maybe stretching your legs out if your knees have been bent. Let's roll through the wrists and the ankles, warming up the joints. Around the other direction. And now maybe bringing the arms overhead, just reaching, stretching into your whole body. And then bring your arms around. Let's bend the knees again. Place the feet onto the floor and just reach across your chest towards the opposite shoulder. You might kind of wriggle the fingers back and hold on to your shoulder. You might hold on to the upper arm, just wherever that is comfy for you. Let your elbows just soften down towards your chest. And feel your breath now coming into that space between your shoulder blades. Expanding the back of the heart center. Perhaps you can feel the shoulders growing wider and then soften and relax. Now notice which arm is crossed on top. Let's take a big sweep of the arms all the way out, imagining that you could reach beyond your fingertips as they lower down. And because your chest is elevated, the arms are dropping a little below the shoulders. If that's comfy for you, getting a nice stretch across the front of the body. And then cross your arms the other way, so opposite arm on top. Reaching around, let the elbows be soft towards the chest. And again, feel your breath into the upper back. Let your breath create that gentle stretch between the shoulder blades. Soften as you exhale. On your next inhale, slowly bring the arms all the way out to the sides. And as you exhale, let the full weight of the arms just melt into the floor. Beautiful. All right, we're going to roll onto our side carefully, rolling off of your bolster. And just pause for a moment there, feeling your whole side body on the ground. So you might tuck this bottom arm under your head to make a little pillow. Resting that top hand in front of the chest. And then press the floor away. Bring yourself up for a moment, and we're going to move all of our props out of the way and then come down onto your back again. So have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, about hips width apart, arms reaching down by your sides, palms pressing gently into the floor. And let's just get a little connected with our breath again. So taking the length of your next inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Feeling that reach, that length from your hips to your fingers. And press the arms back down now as you tuck the hips under, so melting that low back into the floor. Again, with your inhale, let's reach the arms overhead. Arch the back. Exhale, press the arms down, tuck the hips under, draw the navel in. Let's do 2 more. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Last one. Well, this next time that you tuck the hips under, we're going to stay there. The arms are pressing down, and we're just building our way into our 4-part pelvic lift. Sort of this rolling through the spine. So we're tucked. We're going to roll the hips up to bridge, finding equal weight onto both feet, pressing down through the shoulders and the arms. And then roll back down your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time maybe. Sometimes the spine likes to move more in chunks. That's okay. Then back into your arch. So that very first movement, taking the arms overhead, arching the back. That's position 1. Position 2, press the arms down, tuck the hips under. Keep the arms down. Position 3, roll up the spine to your bridge. And 4, rolling down the spine, bone by beautiful bone. Find your arch here as you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, press the arms down, tuck the hips under. So don't rush any piece of this, just enjoy. Inhale, lifting up to your bridge. Exhale, rolling down your spine. And pause, turn your palms up, take a breath and just relax. Beautiful. All right. So from here, bring your right knee into your chest. You can hold around the front of that knee or underneath it. Let's extend that left leg all the way out onto the floor. Get on my mat here. So pressing out through that left heel. Soften your shoulders. You're pulling that right thigh right into your belly. So you're getting that little squeeze of the abdominal organs, that squeeze into the hip joint, into all of the lymph nodes that are around that area. And take a deep breath here. And release that leg. Let's come into that full body stretch, both legs reaching out, arms overhead, and now bring your left knee to your chest, giving it a gentle squeeze in as that right heel enthusiastically reaches away from you, and the shoulders stay relaxed. Deep breath here. And bring your right knee up to meet you. Take a little rock side to side. All right. Place your left foot back down onto the floor and wrap your hands behind this right thigh. So again, we're going to pull that thigh into the chest. There's a little flex in the foot. We're getting that little squeeze into the right side of the abdomen. And then we're going to press up through the heel, and as you do that, as you're straightening the leg, press your thigh away from you. So I'm pressing the back of my thigh into my hands. It's sort of drawing my shoulders down out of my ears. Your knee may or may not go all the way straight. That's okay. Go to where it works for you and then point your toes up. Flex your foot and bend that knee so thigh presses back into your belly. Again, pressing up and point and flex and bend. Let's do that one more time. Stretching up and point, flex, and stay there for a breath. Relax your lower back. And we're going to take this right leg and wrap it over the left. So as though you were sitting cross-legged in a chair, kind of knee to knee. Bring your arms out to the sides. We're going to lift and shift our hips to the right. So let's just kind of press into that left foot and hop your hips a little to the right. And the knees are going to drop over to the left into an easy twist, easy being subjective. Now it might feel good for your knees to come to the floor, or you might just need to prop them up a little bit. So I'm going to take a little blanket here and just show you. You could bring that underneath the leg or even let that top knee rest on it. If that feels good, that's a really nice way to move into the pose. Make sure it doesn't feel like you're straining your body. And you soften that right shoulder. And just take a nice big breath here. Maybe it feels good for the head to roll to the right a little bit more. Soften through your jaw, your mouth, your tongue. And then breathing in here. So we're going to take the length of our next exhale to draw the belly muscles to the back. So you're tapping into that core support. Roll the hips back onto the floor. Hop your hips back to center and place your feet down. Go ahead, and if you were using a little something under your knees, just go ahead and bring that over to the right side so that it's ready for you. We're going to come back to our leg stretches now on the left side. So let's hug that left thigh, holding behind the back of the leg, pulling that thigh into your belly. Take a breath there and just feel your breath pressing against your thigh. Feel your belly muscles pressing against your thigh. Notice how that encourages your breath to spread out through your sides and low back a little bit more. And then just melt. And then press that heel up the back of the legs, pressing away from the chest. So it's going to pull your arms straight. And maybe you can kind of feel that drawing the shoulders down out of the ears a little. Make sure your chin doesn't start to tip up towards the ceiling when that happens, though. So you might need a little cushion under your head. But we're going to lengthen through the back of the neck. From here, point your toes up to the ceiling. And then flex. Bend the knee back into the chest. Again, pressing up. Hip to heel. And point. And flex. And bend. Let's do one more time. Pressing up. And point. Flex and hold. Let's stay right here for a breath. Sending a little love into our hamstrings. Can your lower back get a little meltier? And then cross your left leg over the right, so sitting cross-legged. Arms out to the sides. We're going to press into that right foot and hop our hips to the left, so it's just a little over. Okay, the knees go to the right. Maybe they rest on that cushion there. Maybe they go all the way to the floor. Maybe they do something different. I want you to feel supported in the pose, though. So let yourself feel a little ground of some sort under your legs, whether that's the actual floor or letting them be bolstered up. Nice big breath here. See if you can melt a little bit more into that exhale. What's feeling tight? What doesn't want to let go? Can you breathe into it? Does your body want to move or adjust in the pose to make it easier to find that release, to find that unwinding of whatever tension is there? Maybe the head turns to the left a little for one more breath. We're going to wait here for our next exhalation so that we can use our core body to help us come out of this position. So breathe in. And as you exhale, keep exhaling. Draw your tummy muscles in. Float the knees up. Hop your hips back to center. Place your feet down. Roll over onto your side and press yourself up to sitting. Actually, we're going to come to table pose, so hands and knees. If you find your knees are particularly tender, you can always place a folded blanket underneath them. We're going to spread the fingers out wide, of course. Spread the toes if you can. Let's get our toes stretch, foot stretch in. And just like we did laying on our back, let's find that little spinal wave. So we're going to drop the belly, just melt your body. Melt the ribs, open the heart. And then as you exhale, draw the navel in and up. As you press the floor away, feel your whole back body opening. And then inhale, sink your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, tuck and round. Do that one more time. From here, stay here. Uncurl your toes. Press your hips to your heels or thereabouts. Remember, you can always place a cushion between your hips and heels if that doesn't feel good on your knees to go that far. But we're going to stretch our arms forward. Just kind of walk out through the side bodies there. As the hips sink back, the fingertips reach forward. And then walk your arms to the right. So as you come over, maybe we can let that right elbow land on the floor, but keep stretching out through the left side. And then just lean back into that left hip. Feel your breath moving into that whole left side body. Melting in with each exhale. Slowly come back through center. And then walk your arms towards the left side of your mat. And maybe that left elbow drops to the floor and we continue to reach out into the right side, thinking of that ooey gooey pulling taffy on a warm summer day kind of feel in your side body as we lean into this right hip. And breathe. And come back to center. Shift your weight forward for a moment to take your knees out a little bit wider and your big toes together. And this time as you come down into child's pose, let's maybe fold the hands under the head. Relax your belly, relax your chest. Just take a moment to be here. yourself literally landing into the moment. There's no need to hurry into the next place. Let yourself literally just land here. Let's just take another breath or two. After that next breath, let's mosey our way back up to all fours. Bring your knees underneath you again. And go ahead and stretch all the way down into your belly. Wiggle the ribs out. Let's have the legs about hips width apart. And for now, just place the hands under the forehead, tops of the feet on the floor, and feel a gentle press. Maybe we'll go with 10% effort here, pressing down through the tops of your feet. You're going to feel the thigh muscles engage and the hip bones get a little heavier into the floor. So you're just really rooted and grounded and supporting yourself down through your lower body. Release that effort for a second. And then again, gently press down through your feet, legs, hips, and keep that. Keep your hands here and your forehead glued to them. Let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, slowly float that upper body up. So keeping the hands in this position, it adds a little bit more of a tension load into the muscles. So go easy and then slowly come down and relax. And if you find that your body did not like that, here's an alternative. Keep the hands on the floor. And as you exhale, just lift the head and the chest. Right, so yogi's choice. We're going to do 2 more of either one of those. Lifting with your exhalation is just going to call upon a little bit more core support for you. Make sure you're not bracing through your body or tensing through the neck. When you lower it down, take a moment to pause to fully release that effort. We'll just do that one more time. As you lower back down, take a big breath and just melt. All right, from here, we're going to come into Sphinx Pose. So, propping up onto the elbows. Palms are flat onto the floor. Your forearms are parallel to each other. You're still a little bit engaged down through your lower body, so we're going to go even less. So we're going to stay like 5% effort pressing down through your hips, legs, feet. Make sure your toes don't cramp on you. Sometimes mine do. All right, and then from here, I want you just to feel like you're a balloon that's letting some air out. So we're just going to melt down through the shoulders. Okay, and then that balloon is filling up with air again. So as you inhale, press the floor away through the elbows, floating the chest up. Maybe the shoulders feel like they're getting wider. Easy through the neck and head. And then again, exhale, melt. It's really raining out there. It's really coming down right now. It's fun. You know me, I love a rainy yogi day. Let's do that one more time. So we're going to inhale, press the floor away and lift up. Feel light, feel spacious, like a hot air balloon that's just floating up into that beautiful, big, vast sky. And then you just start to let a little air out. So you can come down and check out those beautiful mountains beneath you, the ground beneath you. Now we're going to find our middle ground between those two. So we're a little lifted, we're a little active. We're soft, not rigid. Feel your breath moving easily through you. Relax your belly. Sorry, my foot keeps cramping, so I'm going to keep my toes curled under, but you do the foot position that works for you. here, just enjoying this gentle back bend. So opening through the front of the spine, relaxing your belly and your whole inner body. It's like you're belly to belly with the earth, breathing into Mama Earth. She's got you. And slowly sink down, come back into your rest pose, and just kind of wiggle out your hips, let your legs go with you, be floppy. Let everything relax. And then let's press back into child's pose again. So you might bring the hands under your shoulders and press back from there, or you might tuck your elbows in and press into them. Reverse army crawl right on back to child's pose. Beautiful. All right. From here, come back up through all fours. And we're going to lay down onto our left side. Now, as you come down, it might feel nice to rest your head on your arm, or it might feel better to bring a little pillow in, and then the arm can be in front of you. Check out and see which way feels best for you. Knees are bent in front of your hips. And rest that top arm down the length of your body. Let's actually come into a nice long side body stretch here. So bring that right arm overhead. And it can either just drape there, or if you've got this bottom arm extended out, you could make a little tripod kind of and hold onto the arm. And then take that right leg and stretch it all the way out, really lengthening in two different directions. Lots of energy moving out there. And then just lower that leg to the floor. And it might feel nice even to roll yourself just a little forward and back. So finding all those nooks and crannies of your side body. I've got the song. I don't have the artist. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Tell me who it is. It's going to drive me crazy. All right, stay there. We're going to bring that knee back in. Sweep your arm all the way down. And we're going to come into our movement flow called the flamingo. So familiar to those of you that have done this before. Let's take a moment to break it down, though, for anybody else who might be joining us. So we're going to take that top arm and just reach it forward. Kind of that ooey gooey stretch. And from there, sweep that arm open like you're opening a great big book. Find out where your twist is on the side, so the arm might just come part way. I want you to think about keeping that arm in line with your shoulder. So if your body gets about here and says, yep, that's my twist, and then the arm keeps going back from there, not going to feel real good in your body. So let your arm keep the continuity kind of your shoulder, if that makes sense. Excuse me, spiraling gently open. And then close that big book. So sweep that arm forward. And at the same time, you're going to take that top leg and reach it back. So we're rolling that top hip a little to the floor as the leg really reaches back. Nice hip opening. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And then sweep that knee into your chest as you open into your twist. Sweeping your arm forward and your leg back. You're just breathing naturally. We'll flow through that a couple more times. Maybe closing your eyes now that you have the movement. How does it feel to move with that awareness from the inside out? Shining that inner light. Do that one more time. And then you're slowly coming back to center, knees on top of each other. That top hand can rest on the floor in front of you. Pause for a moment. And then you are welcome just to roll across your back to come to the other side. I'm just going to bring myself up and over so I'm not facing away from you. And we'll settle into our new side. Knees bent in front of the hips. Let's start with our side reach. So we'll take that left arm overhead. Press out through that left heel, reaching in two different directions. And then just lower that leg down, but keep that stretch as your breath really just fills out your side body. And we're going to sweep that arm all the way up. Just put your knees on top of each other and bring that left hand to the floor. Did you hear that thunder? Ooh, I love a good storm. All right. So taking that left arm in front of your chest, slide it out on the floor. We're going to imagine that we could reach beyond the fingers and then sweep open. Just see where your twist is on this side. Come say hello to it. And then take that big sweep forward, and let's go ahead and take that left leg back. Now be there for a moment. And just notice, is that hip wanting to roll back? And if so, bring your weight a little bit more forward. So it's as though your hip, your belly, your chest, your shoulder are all reaching to the floor in front of you as the arm and leg extend back out of center. From there, the knee sweeps in as the arm sweeps open. The belly rolls open. Let your head go with you. The arm sweeps forward as the leg glides back. Just take your time, flowing through a couple more repetitions. This is such a wonderful, full body integrating movement. We work on a little left-right brain connection, body balance. Ease. Run through that one more time. And then just softening back in. The knees come to rest on each other. The hand to the floor in front of you, and just take a nice big breath. Roll onto our back again. Centering yourself onto your mat. Stretch the legs all the way out again for a moment. And just let your body feel the floor. What's feeling different? Maybe it feels like your body is in more contact with the floor. Take your time as you bend your knees again. Come into one final little movement flow here. And so we'll hug the knees back into the chest, just sort of lengthen your lower back out. You can hold on to the front of or underneath the knees. Then we're going to reach both arms up, or both arms and legs up into the air. And just feel that the whole back of your body is really weighted and heavy. So the back of the head and neck, the shoulders, really grounded there, the lower back, the hips. So that might mean bending your knees a little to free up any tight hamstrings. Happy yogi pose. Isn't that a better name than dead bug pose? So we're working on just a very subtle core strength, but we're going to take 3 deep, slow breaths, much like we started with that inhale that extends out in all directions. Exhale, drawing the navel in, softening the shoulders. And just take 2 more breaths like that. And 1 more breath. Breathe in again here, and as you exhale, fold the knees back into the chest. Connecting with your breath, inhale, reach the legs and arms up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, folding in. Connecting your body and breath. We'll do 2 more. Last one. We're going to get a little brain integration here. Coming in. Now we're going to bring opposite leg and arm up. So I've got right arm and left leg reach. Fold in. Left arm and right leg reach. Fold in. Continue on your own. Opposite arm and leg. It's like we're on our little spacewalk. And let's see if we can start to weave our breath excuse me, into the movement so it's the same that we just did. So it's an inhale as we reach. Exhale to fold. Don't rush it. Take your time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Just do 1 more each way. And we're going to send everything up. Everything in. Just 2 more to complete this flow. Inhale, both arms and legs up. Exhale, folding in. Last time, reach. And fold. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock. Come into stillness. And lower your feet to the floor. All right, it is time to relax. Yay. So options for Savasana, perhaps right here with the knees bent, feet on the floor. Perhaps with the legs stretched all the way out. Or it might feel nice to place a little cushion underneath the knees. So the legs can be a little bit more supported. And option, if it's not too warm where you are, it can be nice to place a blanket over the torso for a little extra grounding. So let yourself get nice and comfy. Arms can rest out to your sides, eyes closed. Soften the corners of your eyes. Relax the jaw. And just feel your entire body sinking and settling in now. We're going to take a little journey. Just bringing a little love and appreciation and relaxation to each area of our body. So bringing your mind's eye all the way down into the soles of your feet. Feel as though your breath could travel there as well, breathing into your feet. And feel the feet and toes softening, relaxing. Feel this breath of loving kindness flowing up through your legs. Feel the legs completely relaxing, letting go. Breathing up into the hips and pelvis. Feel the hips getting heavier, melting down. Feeling this loving breath flowing into your belly and lower back. Softening all the muscles of your belly and lower back. Breathing into the solar plexus and mid-back. Softening the diaphragm. Softening the mid-body. Feel this breath of relaxation flowing into the whole upper body. Softening the heart center as you exhale. Feel this breath of loving kindness flowing out through the shoulders. All the way down through the arms, hands and fingers. Just completely surrendering the weight of the chest, shoulders, and arms. Relaxing the throat, feeling the ease of your breath through the neck and the head. Softening the jaw. Muscles of the face. And feel this breath of loving kindness flowing into your whole body. Just allowing your cells and your tissues to soften and relax. Stay here for a few moments more of quiet rest today. You are welcome to stay right here for as long as you like today. There's no rush to come back up. Stay right here and take a little yoga nap if you like, or just a longer Savasana. And if you're ready, are we ever ready? Let's find a gentle little wiggle and stretch through our toes and our fingers. Finding a gentle reach through your body, just bringing all of this goodness back with you. All of this ease back with you. Time as you hug your knees into your chest, roll to your side, pausing there. And in the most wonderfully lazy way that you can find to move in your body, we'll press the floor away. Take your time coming back up. We'll find a comfortable seat, maybe tucking that cushion under your hips. Wiggle up into your seated center. And just letting your hips be heavy, grounded, landed here. Your heart is light and open and full. Bring your palms together in front of the heart center. Bowing in towards your sweetheart and just shining a sweet little smile down into the heart center. As we take one more breath to close our time together today. Bringing that love and appreciation to yourself for showing up for you. Making time for you to tend to your self-care and your well-being so that you can then show up more fully for others in this world around us. Thank you for being here today, friends. Namaste.